Hi class, this is okay. So they have a couple of free videos. But before you can even start the free trial, it's kind of nice to just look at one of the free videos. This one is how to create a simple CSS drop-down menu. So it has, it was created in January 2015, so it's, it's pretty new. It's a year old, a little over a year old. And it has a video, but it also has download project files. So you can download project files, and they kind of show you how to do it in CSS3, CSS3, and responsive design. So they're kind of growing, and you can download the project files. When you download the project files, they're going to come up in a zipped. And a zip file is a compressed file, just like we downloaded from our textbook. And when you open this, you need to extract these files, and you need to put them in a directory so that you can find them. And so I've already extracted mine, and I'll show you those. So when we extract them, I have put them in a folder, and let me go to that folder. And the folder will also be up on STWeb. So let's go out to my folder. And I put my folder in assignment 10. And it is called, let's look over on the PC. Here it is. TreeHouse, I renamed the directory. TreeHouse Menu Lists Dropdown. So I like to look at the details when I'm looking at my folders. This is the zip file itself. See the little icon that has a zip on it? And when you look at the file type, it says it's a compressed zipped file, and it tells you the size of it. It's a 3 kilobyte file. When I extract it, I get these 3 folders. Now notice how they have a start folder and a final folder. So you have your beginning, before and afters. And when you look at this start file, it shows you the start folder, it shows you 2 different files, the HTML and the style sheet. When we go back and we look at the final, we have 2 files. We have an index file, which is the HTML file, and we have the style file, which is the CSS file. Now the reason that we have before and afters is so that you can go into your editor. Right now I happen to have, let me close this file. I happen to have both style sheets in my editor, and I have used the compare function by going to plugins, compare, and compare. It's going to compare these 2 files, and all you need to do is scroll on one, and it scrolls on both of them. And they're exactly the same because we don't see any colors or any markings. But on the before file, or what they call the start file, it just gives you a comment and tells you basically this is where we're going to put the after stuff. We're not going to be changing any of the main CSS. We're just going to go ahead and add all of these. So we added the dot drop down, the dot fly out, the dot drop down after, the dot fly out navigation. And as you're watching the video, you can be looking at this code, and you can be putting comments in it if you want to. We know that here's the way that you can comment something, and as you learn what this component does, like this drop down, you could put a comment in here. The drop down is a dot syntax, and then you could go on and on and on, and when you're done you just put in the asterisk and the end. And as soon as you end the comment, then all of this comes back to being color coded, because when this is not in there, when that is not in there, you don't see any color coding on anything after it because it thinks it might be part of the comment. So as soon as you end that comment, that closes the tag, the comment tag, and now all of this goes back to being color coded. So you can see the before and after on the style sheets and you can compare them. And being able to do that before and after, or whether they call it start and finish, is real important to kind of understanding the code and what makes it a little bit different. Then you can also run it. You can run it, this happens to be the final, so let's go back to the before, or the start, they call it the start, and open this up. And then let's open this with Chrome. And so this is what my menu looks like, my drop-down menu looks like in the beginning. Now let's go back to the final and let's look at this in a browser to see how it works, just like we would if we were looking at the textbook. And notice how this now has a little down arrow on this work. And when you scroll over it, you don't have to click it. When you scroll over it, you have all of these pullouts, and then you have another pullout, a slightly different color. So if you're watching that video to kind of learn about it, you're going to watch them as they build this CSS that and the HTML that kind of makes that fly out. So I'm not going to do any spoilers. I just want you to kind of watch that video and download the files first so that you're kind of doing it along with it. And then if you there's some questions and different comments people have made. If you find you like this, there's a 7-day free trial. So if you like this, you can get a 7-day free trial of TreeHouse courses. Now TreeHouse courses, after that 7-day free trial, and you get that on each computer you sign up with, probably with a different email address too, is $25 a month. And you can learn whatever you want to learn in TreeHouse. So TreeHouse is kind of a big MOOC, and it charges people $25, and you can have access to all the different things that they can teach you. You know, kind of thing. So you can experiment with that. We also have, I want to go back here. So TreeHouse is just one of many different kinds of online training. You also have lynda.com, and lynda.com has a free 10-day trial. So here you have, 7 days and 10 days worth of free things after you go through and kind of look at all their freebies. If you're not a video learner, if you're not as much of an audio learner and you're more visual with instructions, there you can always use W3 Schools, but we also have this link. Let's open it in a new tab, where this is Css Tutorial Net, and it can bring you through, if you want to go through the basic CSS and kind of start from the beginning. Now you're starting to see how powerful it is. A lot of times we want to go back and we might want to get more in-depth on what it is. You can download, once again, you can download all the CSS files. The first example is going to show you, what that code looks like, and you can download them. And this is more of a written kind of tutorial. So we have that. We also have CS Tutorial for building a menu. However, they aren't the only ones. Mozilla, the creators of Firefox and who helped write a lot of these rules, also has a nice link. And so when you're doing your research, you're going to research on lists and menus. You can use any of these, or you can go out and do some menuing and things through Google Sites. So I'm going to leave that up to you, but that's another resource that you can have, and different tutorials. So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.